What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Take Too Tough. In today's video, I'm gonna show you guys how I stacked $100,000 in my 20s and how you can do it too. Let's get into it. Boom. So rule number one is learning. Without learning, none of this is possible. So what I mean by learning is learning financial literacy. And by learning financial literacy, that's gonna put you in the position to even get to that 100,000 or plus or more, wherever you want to get. You have to learn the rules and the regulations. Just like any other game, financial literacy is a game like basketball, football. You got to learn the rules. So I started reading books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I started reading Millionaire Next Door and any really good financial literacy books that a lot of people talk about that got them started on their journey are pretty good. But I recommend Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Rich Dad, Poor Dad set the foundation for me. I got that book when I was 16 years old from my mentor. He told me, read this book, and that was the first book he ever gave me. And by reading that book, it set me on the trajectory that I'm on now. And I really thank him for giving me that book, and I recommend that you either get Rich Dad, Poor Dad or any other good financial literacy book. Boom. So the second thing I did was I avoided debt. I avoided debt completely. College debt, buying a car, so car debt. I avoided all of it. Credit card debt. I swipe my credit card and I pay it in full every month. And the reason why is because I never wanted my money that I borrowed to accumulate interest. So if I do borrow the money, I pay it back in full before interest is accumulated. I didn't want to get a big old car payment. Some people, especially in 2025, going into 2026, are paying $1,000 a month, $500 a month, plus insurance, and it gets close to that $1,000 a month. And that's money that you could be investing and building towards your future. But people think they need this nice car, or even regular cars now, like the newer Toyotas and Hondas cost that much. But with me, I got me an old beater car, got me a 2010 Toyota, and I have no car payment. And that way, all the money that I make every month, as long as I keep debt low and I keep my bills low, all that money comes to me. And most of the things that when you have bills, some of that is debt. People are getting money, and every month they have to pay back debt. But imagine if you have no debt, you're not paying anyone, and all that money is coming to you. So that's the reason why you don't want to have debt, and you want to avoid debt at all costs. In another video, I'll go into how you can avoid debt in all ways, because me personally, I'm debt free, and I recently accomplished this. I have no car payment, I have no student loans, I have no credit card debt, and I do this because I'm disciplined, but I also plan my life this way. So second rule is avoid debt. Boom. Rule number 3 is living below your means. So this kind of goes hand in hand with avoiding bad debt. Avoiding bad debt is continuing to get into further debt, but living below your means is that current baseline that you're at. How can you lower your expenses and not match them as close as to what you make? So going back to what I was talking about earlier, if you make $60,000, you don't want to spend $60,000. So you want to figure out what bills can I lower to lower my expenses so I can save and invest more. So with me, as I'm going into 2026, I audited my bills. So going into the new year, I won't have a car payment, but I will have a phone payment. So I recently switched phone providers. I wanted to lower my phone bill. So I got my phone bill lowered. Got my insurance lowered. Calling my insurance provider and telling them this and that. Been a good, I haven't had any accidents. Car is paid off, YZ, and now my insurance is lowered. Things like that, because these are payments that you're making every month, and every month this is getting subtracted from the income that you have coming in. But if you can lower what's getting subtracted, you now have more that you can add to investment, add to saving, or in some way invest it, maybe in your health. Maybe you want to start eating better and make your life better. Also, with eating out, a lot of people eat out every day. Me personally, I've had a problem with eating out. I have a problem with eating out, but recently I've been cooking at home, and that's my goal for 2026 is to eat at home consistently. I'll go months eating out, and then I'll go months eating in. But if you can consistently eat in, save that money, because eating out is very expensive, and if you can cut back on that, that'll allow you to even save and invest more. When you're in the beginning, you have to sacrifice. You have to live extremely below your means, and that way you can get to that 100K, that 200K, 500K, and it might even take sacrifice to get $1 million. In the beginning, you're starting from zero, so that's why you have to take so many sacrifices. You have to do things a lot differently so you can get different results. Rule number 4 is investing. So now that you're saving all this money, you're living below your means, you're avoiding debt. You now, with all this money that you're now accumulating is all coming to you, you want it to grow. So that's what investing does. So you can park this money into stocks, real estate. Those are the two avenues that most wealthy people park theirs. But there's different other things that I'm not gonna really get into this video. Stocks and real estate are the two biggest ones. And then high yield savings account is another one for money that you still want to save. You don't want to necessarily invest it, because investing does come with a risk. But over time, it usually comes up, because you got to think about it. All of the money that you put in your 401k, if you have a job that has a 401k, all the money in the world that people invest into these retirement plans, they're being invested into the stock market. So if the stock market fails, this world goes to shit. So over time, it goes up. It might have bad years, but over time, the stock market will continually go up, just like real estate will continually go up. And if they don't, that means the world is going to shit. So that's why you should invest, because I wouldn't say it's risk-free, but it almost is if you hold it long enough. So if you look at a long-term horizon, which is actually number 5, the long-term horizon, but I'll get into that in a few minutes. But if you want to invest, put it there for a long time, let it compound. So put it in real estate, put it in stock, let it compound over years, let it continually grow. And there's no way your money won't grow. So that's what I started doing when I was 18. I invested into VOO, which is the ETF. It matches the S&P 500. So do your research on different ETFs, tracking the S&P 500, which is the top 500 companies. So why would you not want to invest your money in the top 500 companies? Real estate, buy you a multi-family, buy you a single family home, live in it, raise your family, raise your kids, rent it out one day, and that's how you start getting rental income, and that's how the property value goes up, and that's how your money is continually growing for you. So I kind of deep, so like if you're a beginner, you might not even understand anything I just said, but the whole point of this rule is to invest and grow your money. Last but not least, you want to have a long-term vision. So rule number 5 is having a long-term mindset, long-term vision. So anything that comes with great reward never happens quick. So when it comes to investing, living below your means, avoiding bad debt, sacrificing, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. You're going to have to delay gratification and live a life that most people don't understand. Most people don't understand why I drive an old car. Most people don't understand why I don't like to go eating out. Most people don't understand why I don't like going clubbing on the weekends. But it's not for everybody to understand. It's for you to understand. What is do you want to be rich? Why do you want to be successful? Why do you want to live a certain lifestyle in the future? Because that's what it all comes down to. Is what you have in your vision good enough for you to sacrifice for so long and put your head down and not care what people think about you and not care what people have to say? You I know people look around at me and like, he dropped that old car. Like, know that he can get a better car, or they might be like, oh, he's broke, why does he drive that car? I don't care, and neither should you. You should be like, oh, I have a vision. In the future, I'll be way better off than the people that are doing these things now. Maybe. You never know. They might be better off than you, but the statistics and the math and the research points that the people that live below their means, the people that invest, the people that avoid debt, the people that go about it the smart way, they come out in the end on top. So it's up to you. This is what I did, and this is what I recommend for you to do to get to your first 100,000 and on. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Let me know down below what you thought, if I can improve on any, or what you want to hear next. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.